Hi dear cricket fans, subscribers and friends of Cricket Happenings. This is your host Ram welcoming you to another edition of Cricket Happenings, and we are looking at the game between India and South Africa. And today was a very crucial game. Both the teams were actually locked at 2-2, and one was waiting to see whether India could actually create a record by actually beating South Africa and winning the series. But well, the reverse happened as Hashim Amla scored a patient century that turned out to be a winning one for his team to take the South African score to 250, and yousuf Pathan from India unleashed some brilliant hits to score his second one-day century in a losing cause, and South Africa won the series 3-2 by winning the final one-day international here at the Supersport Park in Centurion by 49 runs by the Duckworth-Lewis method as rain interrupted play. Dhoni won the toss in overcast conditions, inviting South Africa to take strike first, and Zahir Khan, as is his wont, he got rid of Graham Smith, and Graham Smith has become a Bugs Bunny for Zahir Khan, as Graham Smith was caught by Pathan with the bowling of Zahir Khan for 7. So that was the first wicket to go for South Africa. After that, Hashim Amla and Van Wyk. This was the pair. This was the pair which was involved in a very crucial partnership for the second wicket, which actually I would say that is the this was the a particular partnership which actually helped South Africa actually reach a score of 250 because they pushed on the score to 113, with Hashim Amla being very patient today, not really playing. He was more content on taking singles than actually playing strokes, and Mone Van Wyk as the other end was the aggressor, playing some powerful cut shots for boundaries, and both of them actually stitched together a good partnership. In fact, they fell short by 3 runs of century partnership, but I thought it was a very vital partnership in the context of the game. A 97-run partnership between both ensued, and then Mone Van Wyk was gone. Now, Yuvraj Singh came here and actually picked up 2 quick wickets. In fact, South Africa were cruising at the time. They were 113 for 1 at that stage, and suddenly there was a bit of pressure as Yuvraj Singh actually picked up 2 quick wickets. The first wicket to go was Mon Wyk, who actually it was a brilliant catch taken by Yuvraj Singh of his own bowling. So Mone Van Wyk was gone. Caught and bowled Yuvraj Singh, 56 of 63 deliveries and 8 fours. And A.B. de Villiers was fooled as he tried to step up at Yuvraj Singh, and Dhoni whipped off the bails, and he was walking for 11 of 12 balls with 1 4. And so it was 129 for 3 in the 27th over. Hashim Amla was biding his time at the crease, and this is what Hashim Amla can do. He can play the aggressor. He can play he can play in a very defensive way, and that's what he was doing today. Faf du Plessis joined him. Duminy joined him. Duminy, as you know, was in some good form, and there was another good partnership that was there, which actually took the score. This was a century partnership. They took on the score to 231, but here it was Hashim Amla who was actually garnering the strike and striking a few powerful strokes. But Duminy was the next to go, as Duminy was caught and bowled by Munaf Patel for 35 of 44 balls and 1 4. And then that was the time when 4 wickets were down for 231. In fact, South Africa were looking good for 300 for sure, with Amla still very well placed at the crease. 231 for 4 in the 43rd over. Suddenly there was a string of wickets. In fact, there were a lot of wickets which fell, and in fact the South African innings totally collapsed because with Hashim Amla was there, but the other players were all actually giving away the wickets, and it was all over. It was, in fact, from 231, you could just imagine, only 19 more runs were added, and South Africa were 250 for 9 in the end of the 46 overs because of the Duckworth-Lewis. The rain interrupted play, and it was actually reduced to 46 overs, and that was it. In a matter of just, I would say, 231, you can just imagine 19 runs. It was 5 wickets that fell, and it was all gone. The first to go was Faf du Plessis, bowled with Munaf Patel for 8 of 6 balls with 1 4. Both of us caught behind of the bowling of Munaf Patel for 2 of 2 balls. Robin Peterson was castled by Khan for 4 of 2 balls with 1 4. And there were 2 run-outs. Dale Steyn was run out for a not, and Mon Markle was run out for not. So Survey was not out or not. But Hashim Amla had reached a wonderful century, his 6th ODI century in his short career. He was not out on 116 at the end of 132 balls with 9 fours, and which made a great difference to the context of the match in the end analysis, where Hashim Amla went on to take the man of the match for a winning South Africa there. So 250 for 9, and as the bowling figures were concerned, Zahir Khan 9 overs 1 made in 247. Munaf Patel 8 overs, no made in 50 runs and 3 wickets. Piyush Chawla bowled 7 overs for 32. Harbhajan Singh 8 overs, went for 33. Yousuf Pathan 2 overs for 10. Yuvraj Singh 8 overs, no made in 245. Rohit Sharma 2 overs, none for 14. And Suresh Raina 2 overs, none for 13. So in fact, the full battery of of bowlers was actually used by Mahendra Singh Dhoni. The part-timers also were into operation, but South Africa made 250. Now India, as far as India were concerned, India started off with Parthiv Patel and Rohit Sharma. Parthiv Patel, as usual, looked good, but again, the top order definitely couldn't do much. Basically, as far as India was concerned, there was a lot of loose strokes played, but the only person who stood there was Virat Kohli. Even though he was out, I would say he got a very good delivery from Markel first up, and he was caught by De Villiers of the bowling of Markel for 2. Other than that, Rohit Sharma was the breakthrough was given by Lunwabo Sotsobe, as is fondly called Lopsy. He actually clean bowled Rohit Sharma for 5. That was the first wicket to go for India in the quest of 250. In fact, India had to make 268. If you, in fact, India were to make, because by the Duckworth-Lewis method, India actually lost this match by 49 runs to 33 runs actually. So basically, it was 283 required for India, but India finished with 234 all out. But as I said, Parthiv Patel was the only one who was scoring runs there. He made a very quick 38 of 34 balls with 6 fours, but all the people around couldn't rally around him, as Virat Kohli was gone for 2. Mahendra Singh Dhoni promoted himself in the batting order, failed as he flashed at a wide one from Markel, and he was gone for 5 of 10 balls with 1-4. Yuvraj Singh disappointed as he played a very forcing shot through point, where Dumini held the catch of the bowling of Dale Steyn for 8, and suddenly the Indian innings were in tatters at the time, 60 for 5 at that stage with Parthiv Patel and Suresh Raina. But Suresh Raina too was gone. Suresh Raina, after hitting a boundary, got carried away and tried to actually put a ball through the deep. In fact, he tried to uppercut to third man, and he was gone as he was plucked by Markel in the deep, and he was gone. Suresh Raina was caught. Markel bowled Steyn for 11 of 8 balls, and the Indian situation got worse at 74 for 6 with Harbhajan and Yousuf Pathan, because the last recognised pair at the crease, I would say, with Harbhajan Singh from. But Harbhajan Singh, after smashing a 6, couldn't do anything. He was caught. Dumini bowled both of a 13, and then this was the time Yousuf Pathan decided, when Harbhajan Singh wicket fell, Yousuf Pathan decided that he is the one who has to take India to victory, and he started smashing the ball all across the park. It was some fierce pulls and fierce lofted strokes as far as Peterson and Botha were concerned. He was just smashing the ball around the park, and in no time he actually had reached a century, his second one-day century. He, in fact, Piyush Chawla too fell, bowled by Kevin Peterson for 8, and Zahid Khan came. That was the at 219 for 9, everything was lost for India. Sorry, 119 for 8 when Piyush Chawla fell, everything was lost for India. But Zahid Khan came in and gave some tremendous support. He in fact blocked the balls, and he started giving all the strike to Yousuf Pathan. Yousuf Pathan, as I said, was simply superb. He went after the spinners. Botha was punished. Peterson in particular was punished in a very great manner, and he went for all the bowlers basically. And as I said, no ground in this world is very big for Yousuf Pathan. The way he smashed the ball, he was actually smashing the ball to smithereens, I would say. And he went on with that, and Zahid Khan, as I said, was blocking and giving him support, and this partnership suddenly brought hope, because Yousuf Pathan smashed 20 runs of a Lonwabo Sotsobe over, where he hit 2 6s and 2 4s, and suddenly South Africa were really scared about it. But luckily for South Africa, Yousuf Pathan, after reaching his century with a 6, 105, 70 balls, 8 4s and 8 6s, succumbed as he was caught in the deep by deep places or the bowling of Markel for 105, and there ended the Indian challenge. But Yousuf Pathan really brought life back into the match for India, and then Zahid Khan himself succumbed, caught Markel both Sotsobe for 24 of 58 balls, 3 4s. Munaf Patel was not out on 4, and India actually lost this match, as I said, by the Duckworth-Lewis method, because India needed 283, but India finished with 200 and in fact, India needed 268, and India finished with 234 all out. And Yousuf Pathan was shining like a beacon there in a losing cause. But what a wonderful knock from Yousuf Pathan! 105 of 70 deliveries, 8 4s and 8 6s in that knock. The bowling figures: Dale Steyn 9 overs 1 minute 232, 2 for 57 for Sotsobe, 4 for 52 was the best from Markel, who actually fetched him the man of the series too. 1 wicket each to Johan Botha and Robin Peterson. And that's it. And the series was over. The MTN One Day International Series. South Africa won the 5-match series 3-2. Hashim Amla, player of the match and player of the series, went to Markel. That's it, dear cricket fans, subscribers, and friends for Cricket Happenings. This is Ram signing off. Thank you.